that team, correct?
22, yeah. But it's still, you stand up looking at, but that's, we'll see, we'll start wrapping up, but that's, you see it, our passion, but that's the passion that comes in Europe when you look at it. You look at the England team, you look at the German team, you look at the Spanish team, and every one of their starters, and actually probably pretty much every one of even the 22nd player is playing most likely in a top league in Europe, and if worst case, maybe a second level team. That's one of the things that I guess upset me with, I'm not sure if it was the last World Cup or the one before that. We both think Messi's the GOAT. He is. So that's just what it is. And that there's this, well, Messi hasn't won the World Cup, he can't be the GOAT. Well,
I mean, then Bill Russell's the best player that's ever graced basketball, if you're going to use that concept.
Yeah.
And he's clearly not. He barely gets in the top 10, top 15.
He's a great player, nothing wrong with Bill Russell,
player,
but
he's not.
He's not. But you look at it from the standpoint of Messi, and I believe I think it was the last World Cup, their goalie. This is an elite team. This isn't the American team. This is an elite team. Argentina's top five. They're not even. He wasn't even starting for his actual team, and not only that, he'd basically been relegated. I think that was the Manchester City second goalie that got sent to another team and still wasn't starting.
And then I believe the goalie that came in to replace him the game after wasn't even starting for his team that was in Argentina.
That's embarrassing.
I don't know if he was, but I knew he was playing in Argentina.
And I can't speak.
I know he plays now. He's a starter now, but at the time, I believe that he was not a starter.
And that's why I think Argentina. I think Noah and I would both think Argentina is our favorites to win the World Cup this year.
Argentina is not my favorites to win the World Cup, but it's the team I really, really hope wins the World Cup. I have England, Argentina in the finals, but if I'm going to wins the World Cup, I will have to say Brazil for right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I think
my top 4 teams. I don't know if the bracket would work like this, but Argentina, England, Brazil, and Belgium are my top 4 teams right now.
Yeah, I think Belgium.
I think France gets knocked out in the round of 16.
I think Belgium's getting written off because they haven't had success as a whole on the international level. But I think this is going to be their year. I think they're really going to.
They've been in the goal region for 3 or 4 World Cups since 2014. So this is the 3rd World Cup in the golden generation, and they haven't won crap.
It's true.
They haven't made it to.
But I think this is. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Cup, but I think they're going to make. I think they're going to show up well.
Wait, they've only made it to 1 semifinals of a big tournament.
Yeah. No, that's it. You're right. I mean, at some point.
And that's the only thing they got showing for the World Cup. I know they got 3rd at the World Cup last year, so don't chew my head off. I understand that, but it's just they really haven't had anything to show for it.
Well, and but like in South America, like England has all the countries. South
America is harder to qualify. I don't care what anyone says. This is a harder group to qualify. And the perfect example is showing that I understand the U.S. needs to do better when they go in to play 8 teams from different countries. But it's like I forget what the player was, but I believe it was an Argentina player, Rojo, I believe it was. He's like when Bobby was talking crap about how some of the South America teams, they were complaining about how it's harder to qualify. He said, and Mbappe should try to go play Uruguay or Ecuador or LA, which is a very correct statement. Do you want to go against like we were talking about with the fans wise? You do not want to go play a team away.
No, that's the intention.
In South America, you do not.
When we were living in South Carolina, one of our neighbors was a Marine, and his wife was from South America, and her mom was living with them, and Noah was good friends with their son, and our daughter was good friends with their daughter. Do you remember the time we went over for a birthday party and Grandma was yelling at the TV? They were watching I'm pretty sure it was a South American game. I don't even know the 2 teams. And she was little. Little Grandma was just yelling at the TV, and she was intense. And I was like, you can't duplicate that intensity in South America. And and putting, it wouldn't be a bad thing for Americans to play in South America, but they have just different restrictions. Basically, at most, they have 2 foreign players that can play in Brazil, and I'm not sure what Argentina, other countries, but I know Brazil, they're only allowed, their teams in their top levels, they're only allowed 2 non-Brazilians. So it's great for Brazil because they get to build up their team and everything, but it's not great if you're trying to come in from somewhere else. England has rules, but it's much more lenient. In most of the other countries in Europe, it's much more lenient. But that's why Manchester City's 3rd goalie, who's like, I don't think he's 40, but he's getting in on 40. He signed again for next year. He's English, so he checks off a box of he's their 3rd goalie. He knows he's not going to play, and it helps him out. They can check, hey, that's another English player on our 25-player roster.
Let's end it off on this, our World Cup predictions. I'll let you go first. You don't have to predict the groups, but predict from the round of 16 on.
I think, again, I'm not sure how the groups feed in, but I would say if you're asking me now,
And like who gets out first and top in the groups?
I think.
I can go get my phone. Let's print the World Cup
Okay.
roster.
So he's going to bring that up, but you end up looking at this. I think England is being a little cocky about their group, including the U.S.
I do think England wins that group. I
think they win the group, but I don't think.
I think U.S. gets second, but I feel like U.S. gets second and they're going to be tied with Wales in points. I feel like England gets. I don't know if they get 9 points, so clean sweep in their group. I feel like it's going to be tougher than they think it is. They get the clean sweep. I think it's 5 points is what I'm thinking, because no, not 5. What is points? Tie on points. So 4 points. 4 points for Wales and USA, and they will. And then USA will have a better goal average. Is what my prediction will be.
Forgot your phone doesn't. There we go. I figured out. Okay. So you look, okay, so we'll go through the groups. Group A always includes the host country, Qatar, Ecuador.
Oh, they're winning the whole thing.
Senegal.
Like Russia almost did last time.
And Netherlands. So which 2 teams are coming out of that group for you?
I mean, I think Netherlands wins the group personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think Netherlands wins the group. Ecuador, we're joking about Qatar. Qatar's going to finish last. Ecuador or Senegal, who do you think's the second team out of the group?
I'm going to go with the African team. I'm going to go with Senegal when it goes out of this group.
I am too. That was the one that just popped up to me. So
I do think Ecuador is going to play. I think they're going to tie when they play each other, but I feel like Senegal will do better overall.
Group B, this is the U.S. group. England, Iran, USA, and now Wales.
Iran gets last. Wales and the U.S. tie on points, and England goes out full.
Yeah, so I think England wins the group.
I could be biased because I'm a U.S. fan, but I don't care.
I think U.S.
There's only one team I'm biased in this World Cup.
Yeah.
And I think you know what team I'm in this is.
And I think USA is going to be number 2. I think they're going to get out of that group. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I do think we're going to get out of the group. Group C is Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
I think most people, you can call me biased and say I don't think Mexico gets out, but I legitimately do think in Poland, after they've been struggling a lot, they didn't get out of the last World Cup, they didn't do well at the Euros. I do think Argentina gets out first, pretty comfortably in that group. I do think it's a hard group. I don't think it's, but for Argentina, they should get out pretty easily for them. I do think Poland gets second. Because most people are going to go with Mexico, but I do think Poland gets out second.
I think Argentina wins the group. I'm not sure if it's my pick to win, but I'm with Noah. I think that's the team I want to win the most. I think Poland's going to be it. I think
a lot of people are going to go with Mexico though on this one.
Oh, I agree, but I think Poland's going to get out of that group. I think they're Group D is
so we're agreed so far.
Yeah, Group D is not pulling up for some reason, so we'll come back to Group D in a second. Group E is Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. This is simple for me.
I do think it's simple, but it's also that it is that type of group. It couldn't be just like it could be so easy it's hard.
I don't think it's going to be easy necessarily. I don't think any of the groups are going to be
Hot
easy.
take, I think Spain wins the group.
I think it's.
I think Spain wins the group. I love Spain, and personally, especially it's not because I'm going there. It's just I like watching Spain play. Fortísimo how their football is. I think Spain wins the group. Germany gets second.
I'm going to reverse it. I think Germany's going to win the group. I think Spain's going to get second. But I think it'd be highly unlikely either of the other two teams comes out of
Japan
that
gets
group.
third in my opinion. But what is that?
So Group F is Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia.
I have Belgium first, and then here's my bias pick: Canada.
Okay, Canada's not getting out of the group.
No, they're getting out of group. They're going to get out of group and get slammed in the round 16 if more actually.
Belgium wins the group. I agree with them there. Croatia's second.
Now Canada gets second.
Canada will have to enjoy third place, and Morocco.
No,
fourth.
Canada gets second. No.
Then Group G, and then we'll come back to Group D, which, like I said, for some reason is not coming up here. Group G is Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. I'm going to go first this time. I think Brazil wins the group. I think they're one of my favorites to win the whole thing. I think Switzerland comes out second. I think Cameroon is the one that I think has a chance to.
No, I think
they have
Switzerland is solid at tournaments.
No, Switzerland. I agree, but I
Switzerland
think
is
Cameroon.
solid at tournaments because you have to remember they were in the group Brazil the last World Cup and they got out, and they were the team that knocked out France at the Euros. So I think Brazil and Switzerland got out of the group. Can you just look at Group D in general. Just look at that group up.
Well,
on a separate thing.
yeah, I'm going to have to because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Group D.
Who's left over? Who's France has got to be in that group. We haven't heard France, so France is in that group.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so all right, so yeah.
Australia, France and Australia are in that group together.
Look at that. He knows it without even looking. France, which was in the group pot 1. Australia was pot 2. Denmark, and then Tunisia.
Denmark and France. But I think Denmark gets first and France gets second.
Took France second. Then?
No, just on the fact, you know how the World Cup curse is for the last 4 or 5 World Cups? The team that won the last World Cup hasn't even got out. I feel like that's going to plague them, but it's not going to eliminate them at this World Cup.
Yeah. No, I have a hard time seeing
The
Australia
thing
and
is,
Tunisia.
Denmark is phenomenal of a team, and people do not put respect on their name.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I don't see Tunisia or Australia really challenging. So I think even if France struggles, I think they get out of the group. I'm not sure if I'm going to predict France first, Denmark second. I'm with him. I don't think they're going to get very far after that.
No, look up the next round. What the next rounds would be. Simulated. No, because on the Australia was in the same group as France last time they played in the World Cup, and France won by 1 goal. At that time, they won 2-1.
I'm pretty sure that they just matched up A, B, C, D, E, F. I guess we're missing. Are we missing 1, 2, 3? Yeah, we're missing Group G or Group H actually. I think. So let me. And so we missed this group too because again, for some reason it did pull up. Group H is Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea.
Uruguay and Portugal. It's that simple. Uruguay first, Portugal second.
I want to disagree, but I
actually really like Ronaldo. I might say it might seem like I don't like Ronaldo. He doesn't like Ronaldo. I like Ronaldo personally. I just feel like he does. I feel like he'll carry Portugal out of the round. I think they'll get to the round. They'll get past round 16. They get eliminated.
But yeah, I think Uruguay and Portugal. I agree. It's probably going to be Uruguay first, Portugal second.
I feel like that's the easiest group to decide personally.
But
that would be the Spain group.
So you have. Well, we both. I don't think we disagreed on any of them. So you have Netherlands.
No, we disagreed on the Canada one.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Netherlands and Senegal coming out of Group A, playing England and USA.
You gotta do your bracket first because mine's different from yours.
So I'm pulling. I think I'm gonna go with. I think the Netherlands and England are advancing, assuming again, which team plays which. But that's I think most likely the way I have them coming. I think England and Netherlands both advance.
So they're playing each other next round?
They would then play each other in the round after that.
So the quarterfinals.
I can't remember who we picked out of Group D because again it's gone. But then we had Argentina and you had Mexico. I had Poland. I think Argentina.
No, I had Poland.
You had Poland too. Okay, I think Argentina when they put whoever they play in Group D is going to advance. This is making it a bit. Oh wait, here we go. This is probably the better. So you have that's France. Oh, that's an old picture because it doesn't have who came out of that.
Let's look at World Cup brackets.
So France and Denmark. So we had France and Denmark out of Group D. We had Argentina and Poland. I think Argentina advances. That France Denmark, I don't know. I mean, they're going to be playing, like I said, either Mexico or Poland. I don't think either.
No, because I have France versus Argentina.
I think Denmark. I'm with that's where I think France is going to bow out. I think Denmark will advance.
No, because I have France Argentina. I think because I have France second and Argentina first, right? So Denmark moves on and France and Argentina moves on.
So Group E, we had Spain. We both had Spain and Germany. Group F is where we disagreed. I have Belgium and Croatia. He's not picking Canada. I think he thinks it's just out of loyalty because he's got some Canadian blood in him.
Canada and I believe Spain move on. In my opinion. They can't do that one. Oh.
No, they're going to be playing each other.
Canada moves on. They beat Spain, of course. So Canada goes on to win it all. No, but honestly, Spain moves on, and who was the team I had first?
Belgium and then Germany.
I have Belgium. I have Belgium and Spain moving on.
We have a lot of German blood in us. It's hard for me to not root against Germany, but I'm going to go with, again, I think Belgium's going to surprise, so I think Belgium's going to come out.
I think that's going to be one of the games of the tournament.
I think Croatia, I don't have Canada playing Spain, I have Croatia playing Spain, and I think Spain's going to come out of that, so so the last set of groups, and then we'll finish this up. I think we both had Brazil, Switzerland coming out of Group G.
Mm-hmm.
We both had Portugal, Uruguay coming out of Group H.